Ones are $9. Please mail your check to the temple. Attention Sandy Solberg, no later than January the 25th. Next week, January the 11th, is the CNT Congregant of the Year Shabbat. And we're going to have special pictures taken, and it's going to be for memorable photos that will be for the future. Please join us for the services honoring the Shabbatones at 6:15 and followed by Chinese chow down dinner. Cost is $10 for members and $18 if you're not yet a member. Kids under 5 are free. Please RSVP and by January the 8th would be best to do that so that we'll have enough food for everybody. Join Sisterhood on January 13th at 1 p.m. for Flower Power. Learn about the mitzvah of challah making. The cost is $10 for Sisterhood members and $15 for non-members. Call the temple office to RSVP or email Cassidy at the temple. There is an RSVP slip as well in the temple lobby and on the Facebook. And finally, mark your calendars for the weekend of February the 8th, when we welcome Rabbi Shefer Salkin to our Scholar of Residence. You may know him from his book, Putting God on the Guest List. Thank you goes to the Oscar Oskowitz Foundation for making this special weekend possible. Also, next week when we have the Shabbatones, we have the young lady that started the Shabbatones is going to be here that night. And she was our cantor when Rabbi started.
Cantorial soloist.
Beg pardon?
Cantorial soloist.
The cantorial soloist, right. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom.
To add what Del said, those of you who have been members a long time, we had our first cantorial soloist was Bella Feldman. How many of you remember Bella? Well, she and I started the Shabbaton, so she's going to be our special guest next Friday. And I told her all of her friends are coming, so she's excited. And so it'll be a Bella Shabbaton reunion. I don't think they've sung together since she retired from us and moved on to Ashland. And those of you who are new members, we are taking our annual historic photo. So if you're a new member, make sure that you come next Friday because we take a group shot with our honorees, and eventually it makes it into our wall of fame. All right, and I say eventually because we really need someone who is going to help to make sure those photos get up there, but they do get there eventually. So good Shabbos again, everybody. So Shana Tova. Well, I guess it is Happy New Year, right? That's right. So let's just take a moment, if you will, to kind of do a New Year's prayer. Rabbanu Shalom, Master of the Universe, we come together for the first Shabbos of the secular New Year. Gives us a chance to pause, to reflect upon the year that was, to look with grateful reminiscence of the good things that happened, and to say goodbye to those that were more challenging. May the new year that lies ahead be one that brings us sweetness of heart, wholeness of spirit, and a closeness with the divine. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Page 131, we begin with Shir Hadash. Singing a new song for the new year. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song. I will sing unto God a new song.
124. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. So we take a moment to turn to our neighbor, introduce ourselves, wish him good Shabbos. Perhaps there's someone you don't know who's behind you or in front of you. All right, now that we're all the best of friends, we turn to 138.
But before that, we have to light the Shabbat candles.
Oh.
So we're going to move backwards before we move forwards. Page 120. Rabbi lit them at home, so he's ready to go. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We welcome Janice Greb to the Bima to light the Shabbat candles tonight. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
138 Lachadodi.
Verses 1, 2, and 9. Lecha dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrot kala, penei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, nekabla, nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha-beracha, merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof maseh b'machashava techila. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabela. We rise to greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzor. Pnei Shabbat, nekabla, nekabela.
142 Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'achem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi-melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchoni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Mi-melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi-melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
144 Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitkadal veyitkadash shemei Rabba, Be'alma divrach irtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, veimeru, amen. Yeheshme Rabba mevarach, le'alam ulal me'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha, B'richu, Leila, Min Kol Berchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imeru. Amen.
Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time. Even at unlikely times and through unlikely places, there is no place on earth without the presence. Let us rise.
Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 yai lai lai lai. Yai lai
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai Hamari Varavim.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechoto Leolam Vaed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam שפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Standing on the parted shoes of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that whenever we go, it is eternally Egypt, and that there is a better place, a promised land, and that a winding way to promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands marching together.
Good job, thank you. Page 158. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot. Everybody now. Oh, say fele. Oh, say fele. Did you catch that clap? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot. Oh, say fele, oh, say fele. V'ne'emar ki fad Adonai et Yaakov ugelo miyad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. May we lie down this night in the safety and peace. May we wake each day to life and to love. May we wake each day to life and to love. Ufrosalinu sukat shelomecha. May we spend our days in your sheltering presence, protected from evil, sadness and harm, protected from evil, from sadness and harm. Ushmar tzeitenu uvoenu. May we journey through life in the shadow of your wings, in the shadow of your wings, O God of compassion, O God of grace, our shield and salvation, both now and forever. O God of compassion, O God of grace, our shield and salvation, both now and forever. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Amen. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable, without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Okay, you guys know what to do. I put you to sleep with Hashkivenu, but you gotta wake back up. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beini, Uvein, Bnei Yisrael, Oti, Le'olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Kisheshet Yamim Yasa Adonai et HaShamayim Ve'et Haaretz. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom Hashvi Shabbat Vayinafash Shabbat Vayinafash. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Last time, you know how it goes now. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. So when I was their age, Bella was my cantorial soloist, and she had me come up and do Debbie Friedman's Mishberach every time she saw me in the congregation. So I'm paying it forward, and hopefully one of you will be a cantor and recall me on the bima someday.
We continue with the Tefillah 164. Let us all rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia giteilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'anora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol, Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Mimit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol, Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim bechol yom yahalucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue in silent devotion through page 180, using the words on the right or the left side of the page or the words within your heart. When you have completed your prayers, please be seated. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu mechadon Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
371 is our Misha Barak prayer. So we take a few moments if you'd like to say the name of someone special to you who's in need of our prayers. Or we think of them now. We think of our caregivers who give of themselves for those who are in need of patience and caregiving. So as my eyes meet yours, simply say a name or two, and then we'll include them all in our prayers. Now we as a community, we stand in solidarity one with the other as we join together in our prayer for hope, for healing, and strength.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Well, good Shabbos, everyone. From time to time, I'm in conversation with someone who learns that I'm a rabbi. Most of the time I try to sneak out, well, what do you do for a living? Well, I couldn't say plumber. They'd start asking me plumbing questions. Sometimes I say a teacher, and then they'll say, oh, where do you teach? they'd only say, "What do you teach?" I could fake it. But when they say where, I'm scrambling. So I'll admit that I'm a rabbi. Not a bad thing. So they pepper me with some Jewish questions about thought and theology, and what it's like to be a rabbi. I always wonder about the ones who see my hand and they say, "Well, can rabbis get married?" I always wonder about that, but maybe I say, I'll ask my wife next time I see her. But once in a while, someone will give me a question that gives me pause to think and reflect about my career, about my chosen calling. "Rabbi, what is it," they'll ask, "that you are most proud of in your work as a rabbi, and what are you least proud of?" On both accounts, I guess the list could be fairly long. The more I thought about it, the more I realized the statement could be summarized, though, in a few words. I think I'm most proud of the moments when I can be there. And the times I'm least proud of is when I'm not able to be there. In many situations, I've found that I've done the most good simply by being present. Maybe something I said, it may not be. Maybe the silence that I shared with someone in a tender moment in which they're saying goodbye to a loved one. It may be a joyous moment, or that anxious moment right before the bris, or a couple beneath the chuppah. On the other hand, there are times when, like everyone else, you have a life, and you're home, or something happens, or you're out of town, or you're just not aware. Can't tell you how many times we put in the bulletin and we say, if a loved one is sick and you need a pastoral call, please call the rabbi, call the office. We don't get the call until afterwards, and they say, "Oh, my loved one was in the hospital for a week. You didn't visit." Not a mind reader. Well, this rabbi came. There are rabbis in town who, that is the thing. Every Friday, they will visit regardless of what community they belong in. And there's probably about 25 rabbis in that denomination. They got a lot of rabbis. You got the two of us. So we need to know. And we really do want to know. Well, those are moments when I feel proud of and when I feel lacking. And then I began to think about this week's Torah portion, which was a discussion about the plagues. If we were to revisit the story of Passover and this story, we would know that there are 10 plagues depicted. The death of the firstborn son, the death of a child, though, that causes Pharaoh's heart to both soften and harden. It softens from the grief. It hardens because of the anger. And that is the nature of death. But before there is physical death, oftentimes there is the death of small moments. And one of the hardest is lack of companionship, the death of companionship. When we're no longer able to be with the families that we love the way we wanted to, either because of illness or fading of mind or heart. And so that thing that I am proud of most of being there, for these folks, oftentimes, they no longer get the satisfaction of being there. Being where, with whom, with what? I'm lonely. Look at all the lonely people, the song says. And where do they all come from? We live in a world of 7 billion people, and yet it is still very easy to be unseen, anonymous, or invisible. How many times do we just walk by someone who's a homeless person? We don't want our eyes to meet. We say, they probably got a lot of money stored someplace, and they're just doing this, and they don't want to work. Or what can I do about it anyway? So we avert our eyes, and we change our path. Or we go into a convenience store We buy something. Who served you? What was their name? Don't know. Look about the people who help us at the temple, the maintenance crew who work so long. Who are they? What are their names? Do they have families? Do they have children? They're invisible, and they shouldn't be. And so we need to open our eyes, and we need to be more present, all of us, because those will be the moments that all of us are proud. I visited with a 96-year-old woman. She used to be very active in our congregation, not able to anymore. She's hard of hearing, very hard of hearing. Can't see that well. And so I take what she says with a grain of salt when she tells me how handsome I am. And also when she says, Rabbi, it's good to hear your voice. Both of them I take for a grain of salt. But I walk in the room and I say with a booming voice, it's me. Who? It's Rabbi. Rabbi? Rabbi who? Your favorite rabbi. Oh, Rabbi Axelrod. I hope that's what she's going to say. And she says, I love you. And I feel so good. And then the next statement hits me like a dagger in the heart. Rabbi, you must get me out of here. I'm so lonely. The dagger. Why did they put me here? You look at her and the reasons to us are obvious. But the reason to her? No. She doesn't want to be there. None of us want to be there. None of us want to outlive our friends and our loved ones, to be kept away from human touch or interaction. It's not death that we fear, it's the dying, right? We had this great program I want to remind all of you about. It's called our Friendly Visitors Program. And Shirley's here. Raise your hand, Shirley. She can tell you so much about it. We have around 25 volunteers who are present. That's their job. They're screened, they're trained, they're part of our community, and they're matched up with people who, believe it or not, a friendly visit makes the world of difference in their lives and in the lives of their family. Because if you think about it, what new things are entering into their lives that they want to talk about or can talk about? But when a new person is introduced into the family dynamic, all of a sudden, all those old stories, well, they're new again. And the friendships that are made, unbelievable. If you're a friendly visitor, there's a few here. Raise your hand, friendly visitors. Come on, if you're part of the program, raise them high. Look around. We should be proud of these folks. And if you wonder, what can I do to volunteer at the temple? You know what? Perhaps this is a program you want to volunteer. Or if you're aware of a situation where someone is a part of our synagogue community and they would love to have a friendly visitor, you'll let us know. You'll let Shirley know. And we'll try to find a match. These are the people who suffer from social isolation, where being present means a world of difference. There's another kind, though, of isolation in this crowded world. World of 7 billion people. Somehow we flip open our laptop computer or we look at our cell phone and we turn on our social media and the world comes right to us. Don't have to leave our home anymore. You talk to kids, do you got any friends? Oh yeah, I got 1,000 friends. I got 1,200 friends. How many of you have heard that before? Come on. Yeah, you've all heard it. We've all heard it. It's not just teens, though, or the preteens that say it. Even adults. How many friends do you have? How many friends do you have? I got lots of friends. But how many of us have the real friends? It's easy to suffer from that plague of social isolation, is it not? They may say that these virtual friends are their real friends, and perhaps there is a relationship that's there of some kind. And they talk in these words that passed for conversation. 3 words here, 2 words here, emoji this, emoji that. But then there's also something, I don't know if there's a name for it, there has to be. It's like social media envy. You know, people who scour the internet and look at Facebook or Instagram, and they look at these people and their idyllic lives. Oh my God, so-and-so is skiing. Oh my God, they went to Europe. Oh my God, they just got this big, beautiful dog. Oh, look at that wonderful house. A part of us loves to be kept up to date, and a part of us becomes envious. We look at our spouse, what is wrong? Why don't we have that life? We got to shut that out, because instead of making us feel more connected, it can often make us feel disconnected from our lives and from a realistic life. How ironic that the more crowded the world gets, the lonelier some of us feel. How ironic that the more technologically advanced we become, the more sophisticated, fast, and far-reaching our tools of communication, transportation, and transaction, the more we experience disconnection, alienation, and separation. It's different than solitude. Solitude is coffee and newspaper, a bath, and a glass of wine. Solitude is a walk in the morning breeze, a beach chair at sunset. Solitude is alone with a meandering thought, a silent prayer, a daydream, a remembered melody. Solitude is a stolen hour writing in a diary, practicing the guitar, listening to Miles Davis. Solitude is contentedly sitting on a couch, watching football, or so I'm told. Solitude is alone by choice, but lonely is alone, not by choice. Or is it? Many of our choices now seem to favor loneliness, hiding behind a digital screen, standing in line at the store, in the doctor's waiting room, at intermission, the minute the plane lands, sitting across from each other in a dim restaurant, our faces illuminated by the light of an iPhone. How is life? Asked Jamie Barone, a 30-something blogger. It's not a life, actually. We cannot spend our days hunched over a screen, forging a sense of human interaction. This is not where we were made for. I can guarantee you all your best memories live within the moments with others. When you look back on your life, she asks, will you be happy by how much Netflix you've watched? Will you be happy about the graveyard of plans you let fall by the wayside? Will you be happy when you're surrounded by no one because we've pushed each other away? That's an excerpt from her essay entitled, This is the New Loneliness. A new loneliness which has seized a new generation, and maybe when we go offline for a moment, when we stop the solitary scrolling and clicking, the ceaseless surfing and searching, the posting and the liking, we might wonder, for what? Does anyone get up from a laptop feeling more energized, valued, loved, or understood? So, sometimes I go, I can fetch all I want about the perils of social media, and it's definitely got its place. And I probably sound like the folks who complained about television when it first came into our homes. We used to gather around the radio and listen to a family as a family. We used our imaginations. We didn't need pictures. Or, who needed a radio? Before that, we had a campfire, and we used to tell stories around the campfire. Every generation struggles with how they form community and how they make community and how they are proudly present for the people in their lives. But perhaps there is something we can do. Perhaps we don't want to be part of a formal program such as friendly visitors. What about taking a look, though, at your list of friends, your actual friends, and think of someone you haven't called in a long time? Whose voice have you not heard? Who have you not invited to dinner? Who needs a visit, a kind word, to be heard, to be touched, to be seen, to have someone present, just to be with them? You know, when God first appears to Moses in the form of a burning bush, it wasn't the flame that warmed his soul. Remember, the bush burned but was not consumed? It wasn't hot. It was fiery, but it wasn't hot. It didn't even allow him necessarily to see more clearly. He was told, remove your sandals, in order for him to touch and feel the earth, to be grounded, to be present. That was what God wanted. When you stand before God, be present. Take off those shoes. Feel the earth. Feel creation. Feel where you came from. Know who you are, and then you will know who I am. That's how his journey begins. Who are you? What shall I call you? I am that I am. It plagues Moses throughout his life to know God. And when you read the Torah and the Bible over and over and over again, it isn't just the journey of the Jewish people. It is Moses' search for himself. At 80 years of age, he begins to wonder who he is. A prince of Egypt, a simple shepherd, a father, a husband, a leader, all of those things, and none of those things. In midst of 600,000 fetching Israelites, I can assure you there were times when Moses felt alone. To be present, to take off our shoes, to find our voice and listen. Maybe that's what we need to do. Well, we say happy and healthy New Year, but wait a minute. We already said that a few months ago, didn't we? So guess what? I'm going to tell you a little secret. We Jews get to live in two worlds. So all those resolutions that we made that we didn't keep, you get to make them all over again. But this time, I want you to keep them. This time when you say, I'm going to reconnect with my friends and my family, I want you to really mean it. This time when you say, I'm going to improve myself by ... I want you to really do it. This time, when you see someone who really and truly needs someone present in their life, you will step forward and say, Hineni, here I am, and be there, and be proud. You don't have to be a rabbi to be present. We all have that gift. Remember, it's the new year. And for us, second chances only come about once. Shabbat Shalom.
Yiul ratzon imrefi, Yiul ratzon imrefi, Tsuri vegoali. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditations of my heart be acceptable before thee, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer.
Page 586, we rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, vanachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
Please be seated. What you gonna do a shout out to Becky? 598 is our Kaddish prayer. We think of those who have died in recent days. We say Kaddish for them. Julie Milne, Larry Rothman, Stephen Spector, Michael Kritzler, Bernice Bond Arnold, Maria Siebert, and Samuel Smith. We recall the Yortzites of Muriel Ackroft, Eugene Alexander, Jerome Baum, Shirley Blander, Sidney Brandt, Irving Brooks, Joseph David Cohen, Louis Cohen, Sid Aaron Cohen, Esther Corbin, Terry Davis, Fred Ehrlich, Celia Eisenberg, Arnold Espin, Patrick James Fitzgibbons Jr., Herbert Foreman, Clara Frank, Sandra Friedner, Angie Jean Caspro, Morris Goldstein, Sylvia Gordon, Mel Greb, Yocheved Gross, Morris Hirsch, Sean Jensen, William Jones, Irwin Kaufman, Alex Kohanko, Edna Lasko, Harold Lerner, Ruth Lerner, Myra Levy, Philip Luckerman, Oscar Mazursky, Samuel Miller, Cy Myers, Samuel Pearson, Sam Perlman, Harold Rosenthal, Rose Rubin, Myers Sachs, Sidney Sarr, Sidney Saltman, Craig Sklower, Ellen Judith Sheld, Martin Sherman, Betty Silber, Mildred Sorrell, Seymour Sperling, Jim Stark, Joe Trupp, Ida Willen, Lena Winnick, and Marcus Whitner. If you would like to recall the name of someone who was not mentioned, for Kaddish or Yortzeit, please stand and say their name. As we think of all these, we rise to say Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael, magalav izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yeheshmei rabba mevorach le'olam omei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yittadar v'yittaleh v'yittalal shemeda kusha barichu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tush birchata v'nechemata damiram b'alma v'yamru amen Yeheshlam araba min shamayim v'chayim Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen Osei shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. May be seated. We see a couple new faces here. So if anyone is here from out of town for the first time or just doesn't think anyone knows their name and they want to be recognized, please stand up and introduce yourselves. We'll start over here. Anyone here want to? Okay, go ahead. Wait, what's your name?
Julian.
Julian. Okay, everyone say hi, Julian. Hi, Julian. All right. Julian, where are you from? Mississippi. Wow. Has anyone here been to Mississippi? Look at that. I didn't think I'd get that response. You get to do small talk with all these fellow Mississippians.
Julian's he's a penguin in the perm spiel.
All right. Very good. Anyone else want to introduce themselves? All right. How about this side? All right. Larry, where are you from?
Originally
The Bronx. Anyone here from the Bronx? Come on. We got to have more Bronx. Me too. Separated at birth. All right. Anyone else over here? All right. Last thing. Such nachas. Anyone want to share a brag? A brag. Come on, something good. Something good. Okay, go ahead. Very nice. Excellent. All right, good job. Okay. Shh.
Where did you have a sleepover?
Oh, that would be fun. Very good. Okay, that is excellent. I keep thinking there's school this week, but their kids are out this week. That's unbelievable. Yes, some more nachas. Wow, very nice.
I have one. Okay.
All right, over here. I'm glad your friend. All right, we got one big muzzle tub over here to my right. What nachas do you want to share?
My little sister got married on Monday night. She is now Alana Weinberg. Gross no more.
Well, she gave up that last name, did she?
We were so sad to give it up. And also, since I have the microphone, I chef nachas for Becky Mann, who is becoming a cantor, and so I heard she's watching tonight. Hi, Becky, from the airport
Becky.
on her way home to Jerusalem, and we're so glad that we had her here last week, as well as her sister Joanna. So we are blessed for both of them.
Very nice, wonderful. All right, we have our Kiddush in Motzi. All right, students from religious school,
Do you
come
think
on
they were
up.
showing favoritism with the pores here? There you go.
Man, why did I get this
That's
one?
always your cup. I don't know where my cup is.
All right. We have anyone with, what do we have? Birthdays in January? Come on up. We have a birthday blessing coming up later this month, but if you have a January birthday, Paul's birthday's today. Come on up. This is a surprise birthday party for Paul. And our final song is
Oseh
Oseh
Shalom.
Shalom.
Thanks to Ricky.
Oseh Shalom bimromav,
Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Also, big thank you to Clayton for working our web stream tonight, and Roberta for being here, and Dell, our shamus.